This is why I don't work on cars, it's stupid.
So a little while ago, some people were asking for a BBD of my S2000, but it's pretty much stock. So instead you're gonna get some build videos, and I hope that's okay. It's pretty bad to lower your car and not do any geometry correction. So today I'm gonna go through and pretty much do everything you need to do to properly lower your car. Darnell's gonna help me out.
I am?
Yeah. So we got some axle spacers, because when you lower your car, it changes the angle of that. Rear toe arms, steering rack spacers for bumpster correction, and then roll center adjusting ball joints.
So here we are.
That bends so it
clear
clears the A-arm a little. Yep. When we get to the axle spacers, it doesn't look like there's going to be a lot of issues. Maybe on this side, getting around the exhaust might be a little tricky.
I'll stop it.
But no problems there. The steering rack spacers are right here, so it's super easy as well. I already have the plastic pulled off, so it's kind of cheating, but they just go in right there. Get this angle back better. So the front ball joints, they just bolt on to the bottom of the knuckle right here, so that's a really quick change. So new hardware, because they're roll center adjusting, and you can bolt this plate, move it back or forth to adjust the added camber. So these are roll center adjusting and camber ball joints. It's just going to go on right in there. So
So you got to pull, where do you want to start?
what do you
There's no
think?
point in, I don't see any point in doing your toe arms yet, because you have to pull your spindle off to change your ball joint.
Okay.
Your ball joint's in this, not in this.
Right. So we have to unbolt everything and pull the axle. This is going to come out.
Is it this the ball joint you're changing, or is it that?
Yeah, it's the lower ball joint
not
for
that
sure.
one,
Yeah. All right, so the plan is we're gonna swap out that lower ball joint first and then work our way in on the rear. So this spindle has to come off so we can change this. And when we put it back on, we'll just change the rear toe arm to the new toe arm and then work our way inside and do the axle spacer. Getting these guys off. What?
I'll join you in some track prep. I just gotta do brake pads.
Oh, for sure.
And I'm gonna throw some different wheels on.
New wheels?
New wheels, some brake pads. I got an easy day. What are you doing?
A whole shebang. Spacers, arms, ball joints. As far as suspension goes, like excluding making it more rigid, it should be like everything.
Hell yeah.
So.
I'm pumped. Now I got a track day, buddy. Condo's coming out to Global Time Attack 86 Fest on Sunday at Fontana. It's gonna be dope. So we'll have the M3, the S2K, and then most of the girls from the Hoonigans wanted. Sally will be there with her STI.
Because she does GTA anyway.
Yeah, Susie will be there with the Civic, and then Michelle Abate's coming by here one day this week with her FRS, and then she'll be out there too. And Rathina too, she's her drift car, she's gonna do Time Attack.
That's sick.
So yeah, it's gonna be dope, so make sure you check that out. We're gonna head out there this weekend, and then we're gonna try to make some content from it, and maybe that'll be on a field trip or something.
Oh yeah, sick. I'm glad you showed up because I'm terrible at hosting and you're not, so.
Comment below if you think he's terrible. I think he does fine. It's my first day back. I've been gone for a while, so I don't really remember how to do this. I'm rusty.
New swag, some burgundy swag. You're not wearing black on black?
Yeah, look at this. Come back, colors.
Who knew?
And new shirts, who knew?
Yeah.
Put some white 52s on there. Go for that rally life on the road course. Take off these gross stickers. This is the first time I've driven my car since Laguna Seca, so I don't actually race out on the streets with stickers on it. I just haven't driven it. It's just been sitting in my parking lot. So don't give me shit. What are you doing right here?
Taking this axle.
So you literally just unbolt it and then
Slide
push
on
the
it.
CV out and slide the spacer in?
Yeah.
Does that just help with the CV not binding?
So what it does is your axle gets kind of spread out because the rotation point here and over here is not the same. So when your car's lower, it's kind of at an angle, and your axle is designed to match that angle. When you straighten it out, it makes it further away from here.
Yeah, makes
so
sense.
it's not sitting on this side. It's not sitting right into.
Yeah,
this
it's
thing.
cool. I mean, I know that this was like an issue with the S2Ks, but it's not like that. You know, most other cars you don't really have to do that.
I think when you slam them, it's like a safety thing. I know for S13s, if you're on 17s and you slam your car, you for sure.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but that's like drifting stuff, so there's a lot more shock to the axles. For road course, I'm not sure if it's as important.
Better safe than sorry. It's a pretty cheap upgrade, right?
Exactly. Yeah. And then Darnell is gonna help me with all the hard non-bolt-on stuff.
Is he gonna corner balance this thing?
Yeah. But we're gonna corner balance it. But since we've already done a video on corner balancing, fender rolling, and putting coilovers on, we kind of skipped all those steps showing it with this car. So it's already got its stance coilovers, custom built with 10K Swift springs. It's already, the fender's rolled, you can see right here. It's a decent job, not the best. And then the corner balancing we'll do once we get everything on. I've got the alignment scheduled for Friday because that's like one of the most crucial steps. So don't forget that.
We're gonna start going to the track more often, more and more. We're always doing track prep to the cars, which is everything from like basic bullshit like I'm doing, changing brake pads, to a little bit more intensive stuff that Y2K is doing. If there's anything you wanna see or wanna know, or you know, just general bullshit with getting your car ready to go to the track, whether it's for road racing, drifting, drag strip, whatever, comment, let us know. We've got a car for every discipline here at the Donut Garage. We can make that happen. We're always working on our cars, and we're just figuring out things that you might actually wanna watch us do. So yeah, I don't know, whatever. Let us know.
Okay, let's start wrenching. I got the knuckle off so that we can get to the ball bearing right there and press this out. Even just to get where we are now, we had to use one of these ball bearing presses. If you don't have one of those, it's gonna be impossible to get your knuckle off. Your shit's too loud, Vinny.
Give me a hand.
All right, so we got the knuckle off, and we're just looking up the best way to get this ball joint out because we can't get this into this press just because of like all this heat shielding and everything. We want to see if we can get it out without having to take the spindle out.
Probably could have just read the directions with the kit you got.
That's the only problem with buying Japanese parts is when you get directions, it's all Japanese.
Cool, so
I'm sure you guys all have your own methods. There's probably even a special tool.
Joint removal, definitely not a DIY job. Like, take that to get done professionally. In the end, what we did to get it done, heat it up, air jack the shit out of it. All right, on to the next part.
save us, Don.
Put the brake on.
Save us, Don. Don, save us.
Hey Vin, let's go check out this other side of your car.
What's that?
This side, my friend.
Yeah, that's stuff.
This is the tightest intake I've ever seen.
What?
That's sick. Woo! Got carbon fiber daddy on this bad boy?
She's a screamer.
When'd you get that?
She's a screamer.
Dang, I want that on my turbo.
Why don't you focus?
Carbon fiber velocity stack.
Yeah, it's good.
I mean, it's technically.
It makes like 12 more horsepower on this
Really?
little thing, yeah.
Wow.
So, it's worth it.
Yeah, high comp NA motors respond to really dumb mods.
No, they kind of do.
That's sick. 12 horsepower?
You're just lighting that thing all out there, huh?
Smashing his nuts out
Just
too.
land the out.
Well, it's right. You gotta cut off.
Seemed like the right thing to do.
He's just cooling off his.
You gotta cool your.
Don, get to work. All right, well, I guess I'll do this side now, and I'll still be done way before Brandon.
We're pressed for time, so I'm gonna leave this here with Darnell and go try to pull that other knuckle off. right, time to put on the knuckle. This thing's all good to go. The new ball joint's pressed in and clipped in. Just notice how the boot is spaced away from the knuckle more. So this is essentially the amount of roll center adjustment there is right here. Approximately 20 millimeters. Okay, sick, so I got everything buttoned up, except for the brakes. This thing doesn't focus for shit. There's that new ball joint right there. Everything else is hit up. Here's the spacer, so that way my axle is sitting all the way through. Here's the new toe arm. It'll let me adjust my toe. It's also a spherical bushing, so it gets rid of that snap oversteer just a little bit, because I have to get bushings for everything else too. I'm taking forever, but at least the rear's all done. This guy's done. New drive shaft with the spacers in. Finish this side up. I just gotta clean these up and put the wheels back on, and now it's onto the front. Those rear ball joints were really hard, but this is bolt on and this is bolt on, so I should be done pretty quickly. So let's time lapse this. Beautiful. The front end is all done. So that's, you see how the ball joints are, and this allows me to adjust the camber. There's little markings, and even now it's giving me in the range of 2 to 3 degrees right there. We've got our steering rack spacers 20 mils up, so that helps correct the angle of the tie rod, because relative to where this is now that the car is lowered, this part goes up, so the steering rack needs to also get higher. So that's what those are doing. Time to put the calipers back on and the rotors and get her back on the ground.
So how you doing? You're almost done here?
Yeah, she's all good to go. I even like lowered it a little bit. You can't tell because there's no wheels on it yet, but the front was a little high for me.
Yeah, front ride height looked kind of weak.
Yeah.
So what's your next steps? Skip corner balance because Darnall left, but
Right.
you're gonna get in alignment tomorrow morning?
Right.
Okay. You're done!
Is it 7:30, 7:15?
It's like 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. So that was a 9-hour job.
You said it would take an hour.
Okay, so 5 of those hours was just the rear ball joint.
But this thing looks tough now, man.
Yeah, I'm stoked.
What are these wheel setup? You know, everyone always wants to know wheel specs. So
All right, wheel specs.
17.
These are 1552 Tarmacs, 17 by 9 with plus 45, with 245/40 R17s all around, just because that's the poor man's way to do it, so you can like swap your tires front to rear.
When he says poor man, he means we had these tires left over from the Hoonigan's Wanted challenge, and he just kind of scavenged them. But they look good, and they're his size, so whatever. Well, anyways, good job. I know you had a long day. Go home.
Thank you. All right,
Tell him that's a wrap.
that's a wrap. So this piece is an original by Brian Darnall, and it's called Air Hammer Face.
S2000